Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Okay, just to give you an update. Just to give an update, I've just realised they are um, part of the gang stalking program is for some of the dissidents or the whistleblowers. Part of one of the aims for this program is to humiliate somebody. So what I've gathered is that what I've come to realization is that I've been placed on the end of the program where they are trying to humiliate. They run something called they will use humiliation ritual. I believe some people call it they call it hazing. So the hazing ritual for a person of color, what they will do is that they will use a humiliation ritual where they're going to use other people of color to humiliate this person. So there's going to be a lot that I want to describe here, but it's quite a lot to digest because one half of the program is human trafficking. There's a lot of human trafficking, and so what I'm experiencing is human trafficking. What you guys may be experiencing, if you've been followed, if you're being harassed, if you're being marginalized anyway, this is part of the human trafficking. And if I could describe it from a third person point of view, is that when you're placed in this program, one half of the program is going to be sex trafficking and human trafficking. Sex trafficking falls under the human trafficking program. Behind the scenes, whether we come to realize this or not, the people that are operating the gang stalking program are human traffickers, and one arm of the human trafficking is sex trafficking. Now, this is kind of like the backbone or the body, This is the backbone, or this is the it's a wide spectrum. Gang stalking is a wide spectrum. However, because they make finances from human trafficking, which also goes into sex trafficking. So all these people that are following you and watching you, they're also involved. They're also sex workers. They're also involved with sex work. Their main job they could be in the military, they could be in law enforcement, they could be in the judicial system. However, what you're finding is one half of this is that they're also going to be partly involved with sex trafficking, because in what we're dealing with here is a satanic system. What we're dealing here with is a satanic system. This satanic system, people that are involved in this satanic system, they'll also be involved in criminal activities. So a policeman will be involved in breaking the law, lawfully breaking the law. He'll be lawfully breaking the law. So he's the other police people that work with this policeman are going to know they're going to be involved in breaking the law. So sometimes how they recruit people is that they might recruit somebody they might recruit somebody after they're breaking the law, and then they'll give this person an ultimatum. So then you become an informant. This person becomes an informant, and what I'm finding out is that some of these people are paid through sex. So they'll be paid through sex, through sexual favors. So for instance, like where I am right now is right at the hub of sex trafficking. These are sex traffickers. Madams. These are night workers, people that solicitate sex. They'll solicitate sex. This will be, your Jeffrey Epstein's, your Ghislaine Maxwell's. These people would have been at the high end of sex trafficking and human trafficking and gang stalking. These people will be at the high end of sex trafficking. For instance, where I am at, the neighbors are law enforcement. the neighbours are law enforcement. They're working together with somebody that was at one point arrested and was placed under submission. For now, this person now becomes an informant, a willing informant, and then they'll pay this informant by soliciting sex. So now they work to arrest other dissidents or whistleblowers. They arrest whistleblowers and dissidents by paying them with sex. So they'll have people that will follow a whistleblower, a dissident, a person who is an investigative journalist. You guys could be an investigative journalist. So you guys are going to be followed by somebody who is going to be paid by soliciting sex. There's a lot of human trafficking involved. So the people that are human trafficking, the whistleblower or the tarot readers, these people are military and also law enforcement. Now, if you're a person of color, you may be followed by other peoples of color. You may be followed by other peoples of color, and this will be kind of the narrative will be held where they want to humiliate you, where they want to segregate you. So what these law enforcement are going to be doing is that they're going to hire other people from other departments, either from law enforcement or the public sector. This will be your nurses, your doctors, your psychologists, your healthcare. There's a lot of healthcare involved because these are all. I want to say that the reward for these people's jobs is to become the reward for these people being a slave is that they're given jobs. So first of all, these people are slaves. The people that are gang stalking, the dissidents and the whistleblowers are slaves. The reward for their slavery is that they're given a job title, i.e. a policeman, i.e. a policewoman, i.e. A doctor, i.e. A psychologist, i.e. a neurologist, i.e. a cognitive researcher. Their reward for following you and stalking you, or their reward for slavery, is they're given a certain job title. Behind the scenes, these people are slaves. These people are slaves to the system because the reward for going, even though these individuals may have gone to grad school or medical school, the truth is the only way in through the door is to be a slave to the system. The only way through the door is to be a slave to the system, and this is what is being shown. This is what is being shown right now. So back to if you're a person of color, you may be followed by other people of color. This is to humiliate you because this is to show you that, look, these other people of color, they're in bed with us. They're in bed with us. You're not in bed with us because you are set apart. You've been set apart. You've been isolated, which is really for it's worked out. It's worked out in our favor to be isolated because right now these people that are following people of color or people that are following the tarot readers, these people are slaves. These people are completely under submission to the system. They're under submission. They're under total or full submission to the system. So this is why they harass, they stalk, and they follow you, is because they are under complete submission. And all of these people are connected with the system. These people are connected with the system. These people work in the military. They work in the judicial system. These people work in any form of commerce, anything that has to do with commerce, of trading goods, because you're not able to trade these goods. The Bible calls this the 6666. I have a page I'm going to share with you guys. Bear with me. I'm going to travel around in the room with you, but I don't really... Because right now, you're going to be under surveillance, 24/7 surveillance. So if you're a tarot reader and you're doing your work, you're going to be under surveillance. bear with me. I'm gonna get my journal here. I'm gonna get my journal here because I've made some notes and just pardon. I bought some new pens today. These pens are really good. I bought some Biro pens. I digress, but I bought some Biro pens. Right, these are 1.6 1mm pens. Man, these pens, I'm gonna show you these pens, man. These pens, it's something of beauty. So if you guys are tarot readers and writers, you guys are gonna get you some of these. You want to get you some of these Biro pens. These are the ones that you used to have in. These are the ones that you used to have in school. You know, shout out to my historians. Shout out to my historians, because in my historians we would have a double lesson of looking through the books of history, and you know these pens were mighty. These pens were mighty. These are 1.6 millimeter blue Biro ballpoint. These are extremely handy for in this time right now. These are extremely handy. Anyway. Where was I? Okay, the reward for slavery. The reward for slavery is a job title. The reward for slavery is a job title. Most of my tarot readers, you know, you guys work from home. You guys are entrepreneurs. You guys work from home. You guys are entrepreneurs, empresses. You guys work from home. You guys are empresses. You know, you're the empress. My tarot readers, you're the empress. You're working from home, and that is all by design because the system out there is completely 100% entirely corrupt. 100% entirely corrupt. There's something I wanted to show you guys. Just a diagram. You know. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see this on this. Okay, my empresses, you know, my divine feminines, my empresses, you're one half of 144, so there's 72,000 of my divine feminines. You are 72,000 of my divine feminines. My divine feminines, most of you are staying at home. You stay at home, you work from home, you're working from home, you're not in the world, you're possibly not even dating right now. You're possibly not even in a relationship, looking for love. You want love in your life, but my divine feminines, you're working from home, you're married to God, you're married to the divine. You're married to God, you're married to the divine. You're one half of 144. My divine masculines are possibly in the world. They're possibly in the world. But what it is that the world is full of all these temptations. The world is full of these temptations. The world is full of temptations. So my divine masculines, you're in the world. You're in the world. The world consists of 7.8 billion. The world consists of 7.8 billion. The world consists of 7.8 billion. My divine feminines, you can only date somebody from the 144. You can only date another divine being. The 7.8 billion, not all are divine beings. Not all are divine beings. My divine feminines, you can only date somebody from the 144. You can only date somebody who is a divine being. My collective. So part of this ritual that these people are throwing at me or throwing at my collective is that they are targeting the fact that you're single. They're targeting the fact that you're considered somebody who's lonely. They're targeting as somebody who's considered a lone wolf. Not so much as lonely, but more so a lone wolf. You know, you travel alone. You travel alone. You're not traveling with an entourage. You're not in contact with an entourage of people. You're in communion only with the divine. You're in communion with the divine. So people have thrown things at you. They've thrown things into your face. For instance, over here where I'm at, they throw people into my face. They throw women. They throw women. They said in the last days they're even going to give you their women's. In the last days they're even going to give you their women. So you might even be a person who is living a solitary, single lifestyle. You're single in terms of what the earth or what it is. You're single, but you're married to the divine. I had to stress that. It's like you're single, but you're taken. You're spoken for. You're spoken for by the divine. The divine speaks for you. The divine speaks through you. The divine speaks through you, and you're spoken for. So you may have people that are flaunting relationships. All these relationships are fake relationships, my collective. These relationships are fake relationships, my collective. These people they are slaves to the system. They have to sleep with the people they're told to sleep with, my collective. So if you're a person of color and you are being harassed by other people of color, and then these people of color are sleeping with all these women and stuff like that, these people, my collective, behind the scenes, these people are slaves. My people will perish for lack of knowledge. These people have sold their souls in order for them to have materials, to have women's, to have currency. The satanic system, let me grab a pen. The satanic system is a system of duality. It runs on lies, cons and deceptions. Shout out to Spirit and Physical out here on YouTube. She I give a shout out to her because she coined the term that they run on lies, cons and deceptions. This system, or these lackeys that the system have, what you call agents, everything that they deal with is deception. So these relationships are fake, my collective. They're fake relationships. They have false relationships. They are told who to sleep with. They have to sleep with other slaves. All the slaves have to sleep with other slaves for the enjoyment of their masters. They have to sleep with other slaves for the enjoyment of their masters. These masters that they have, these masters that they have are masters that's in the spiritual world. These masters are really in the spiritual world. Some people call these people or these entities, they call them archons. We're dealing with archons here. We're dealing with archons. We're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with spirits. Hold on, because Father tells me go get the Bible, because Father has blessed me with the Holy Word. You're not dealing with no Rudy Paul over here. You're not dealing with no Rudy Paul over here. This is you're not dealing with no Rudy Paul. You're not dealing with somebody who's, the reason why, my collective, you guys are you're not somebody who's going to be, these are candles, Father says, get the Holy Word. Okay, my collective, the reason why you're followed around by these people, these creatures, is because you've been somebody that's set apart. You're somebody that's been brought here to so Father says, go get the Holy Word. So we went and got the Holy Word. We went and got the Holy Word. So this is the King James Version. The King James Version. Father says, go get the Holy Word. You've chosen your side, my collective, at this point. You've chosen your side. This is your side. I definitely would love to address my ancestors, because my ancestors were from the cloth. Were from the steel and the cloth. My ancestors, one half. My maternal side was from the cloth. My paternal side was from the steel. So both sides both sides is one and the same, my collective. So you guys would have been in the military. you guys would have been part of the clergy, because both sides of the clergy and the military is one and the same. Both sides is one and the same. There's no difference between the clergy. There's no difference between the military, because in the olden days, the royal family would enlist their sons and their sons into either the military, or they would enlist their sons into the clergy. So the firstborn son will be in the military, the second-born son would enter the clergy. So the firstborn son, who would be the heir apparent, he would go into the military. The second-born son, which would be the duke, he would enter into the clergy. This was always the way of the bloodlines. So basically, what that tells you is that both sides of the coin is one and the same. The clergy is also part of the military. The military is also part of the clergy. Both are one and the same. So you guys, my collective, you guys would be from the Holy Bible. You guys would be from the military or the clergy. You guys were a family from the military or from the clergy. Okay, bear with me, my collective. I'm going to just... My collective. So one of the haze that these people are running is they love to segregate. So what it will be. So some of these handlers, how they pay some of the people that come across you is they pay them with sexual favors. My collective. So I had to digress there, because as I went to the kitchen to open this Holy Bible, then I realized that we battle not with human flesh, but we battle with principalities. That is Ephesians 6 and 12. So one of the ways that this demonic realm is happening, the first page out that came through my collective is deaths. So these are people. These people are considered to be these people are considered to be. The first page that I opened up to was deaths. So Father wants. The Bible's here. The Bible's here. The first. So the sermon of the day is deaths. The sermon of the day is deaths. So we're dealing with dead people here. We're dealing with dead people. We're dealing with dead people. So some people are dead, but they didn't stop breathing. Some people are dead, but they didn't stop breathing. So Father says the first page that we got to was deaths. Or partially dead people. These are dead parasites, dead beings. These are dead people that are being used to parasite. Father says our sermon is based on death. Our sermon is based on death. It's based on the dead. It's based on death and based on the dead. That's our sermon that's our sermon. Our sermon is based on death and it's based on the dead. So this is the first page that we got up. The first page that we opened was dealing with death, and I just have to grab the Torah book, and I'm gonna place my Bible right next to the Torah book, because the Torah is used as a tool. The Torah is used as a tool. The Torah is used as a tool for us to. The Torah is used for the tool for us to. Another thing that Father told me, so go get your flag. Go get the flag. So I got the flag, because I don't know if you guys are watching the Olympics. I don't really watch the Olympics too much, apart from the soccer. I watch the soccer and that's it. I watch the soccer and that's it. And I watch the soccer and that's it. So Father says, go get your flag. Go get your flag. What's the time right now? Let me go check the time. So we're dealing with deaths. Alright, it's 10:15. So the game is over. The game is over. The game is over. The game The game is over. The game is on. So father said, go get your flag. So I went and got the flag. 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 First page out was death. So this is endings. So these are endings. Okay, let's pull some cards for. Let's pull some cards. Ten of Pentacles. Let's pull some cards. Hey, let's pull some cards. Let's pull some cards. I wanted to show you. So this week, Father told me go get you a flag, go get you your national heritage flag, because some of the people that are being used against me are actually people of color. They're actually using people of color against me. So Father says, go get you a flag. Some of the people that are being used against me are people of color. So Father says, go get you a flag. Some of the people that have been used against me are against me, and also my divine collective. Some of the people that could be used against you are, if you're a person of color, we're going to be other people of color. So they're gonna treat other people of color who have succumbed and under full submission to the satanic system. They're going to treat those people, and they're going to use these people against you. They're going to use these people against you to follow you. So now these people are going to be telling you, oh, how you should dress. The thing is, guys, my collective, you're peculiar people. You're peculiar people, my collective. You don't dress the same way that some of these other people are going to be dressing. So one of the options that they will say to you is that you dress different. You speak differently. You don't talk like the rest of these guys. You don't even, your taste in literature, your taste in music, your taste in all of these things is completely different, because you're a peculiar person. You may be an historian. You may be a historian. You may be a linguist. You may be somebody that who has a culture to them. You may be somebody who's cultured. You may be somebody who loves to travel, who would love to travel. But the thing is, guys, my collective, most of my divine collective are people that were isolated. However, you're somebody that would love to travel one day, would love to travel, would love to see the world, would love to go to Niagara Falls, would love to visit the Great Wall. Some of you guys would love to see the Grand Canyons. Some of you guys would love to go hiking in Colorado. And some of you guys would love to go hiking at Colorado Springs. Some of you guys would love to go see ancient artifacts, possibly in Mesopotamia or Mexico, in Nicaragua. My Nicaraguans, my Hondurans, my Boricuas. Some of you guys were part of the 12 tribes are all over the world, all over the world. You know, from the motherland, all the way through the Middle East, all the way to South America. All of you guys we're spread. We're all over these nations. We're people of the nations. We're people of the nations. Okay. So this is a satanic system, and if you're a person of color, you may have other people who are of color who are being used against you to segregate you, and one of the things that they may try is to isolate you and treat these other people isolate you. I shouldn't even really be having chewing gum right now, because one of the first rules of broadcasting is that when you're speaking or giving a sermon is that you never have chewing gum. However, I have chewing gum, and right now only as a pre-exquisite for some of the torture or the electric weapons that are being used against me is that I use a chewing gum as a way to alleviate some of the pain and some of the stresses that are thrown at me, because some of the torture that is being thrown at me is not only physical, because, you know, my collective, these people have taken a lot of my health, but some of the torture that they use, majority of it is through psychological means. So this is the reason why I have chewing gum. I have chewing gum as just a way to alleviate some of the stresses that is being put under, because we're under strenuous stress for 24 hours a day, my collective. So please feel free to rest as much as you can. Rest as much as you can while you're going through this torture, while you're going through this war that we're going through right now. Is that my collective, feel free to rest your mind, to rest your bodies, and my collective, feel free to just to be at rest, you know, be at rest, because my collective, some of this torture that we're being put through is inhumane, and my collective, we don't have people who are standing up for or being there for you while you're going under this torture, this torturous torture that we're going through. It's inhumane. It breaks all laws of the Geneva Conventions. It's inhumane, these tortures that you're going through. All these tortures that you're going through or you're being put through, no man, no women should be put through this kind of psychological torture, where they are humiliating you with they want to humiliate not only your mind, body, but also they want to humiliate your spirit, your soul. They want to humiliate your soul, your mind, body, and soul. I had to correct myself there and say, you know, mind, body, and soul. Because what they're trying effectively is to, part of the harvesting of your soul, part of the harvesting of your energy, is that they want to humiliate you. They want to humiliate you. So then when you're humiliated, is that then they feel that now you're disarmed. They've tainted who you are. Because a lot of this is about the bloodline. So when they humiliate you, they feel that they're humiliating your soul, because your soul is crying out. Now these people are now going to steal fragments of your soul, fragments of who you are, which is the reason why Father told me, go get your flag. Go get the flag in which you were born under. So my collective, whatever nation you're from, wherever you're from, whatever part of your heritage, is that one of the things that one of the things that Father told me is go get the flag that you were born under. Because some of you guys are in exile in completely different countries. Some of you guys are in exile in completely different countries. Brian too, you know, I know you're traveling right now. I know you're being harassed by the American government. I know you're traveling and I know you're being harassed by the American government. But one of the things that Father told me is that definitely when you travel with the banner that you were born under. Even though you've been subjugated and segregated by this nation it has sold you and it's placed you under this government program. One of the things that Father probably is going to ask of you is what Father's going to say is, you know, you're an American, and the good thing about the Americans is that they're patriots. You know, they call it the bold and the beautiful, the bold and the beautiful. So this is something that possibly he doesn't even, you know, it's people that is travel under the banner and the flag that you were born under. Because one of the things that this system is going to try is to segregate you from your bloodline. So segregate you from your bloodline. So if you were born under the flag of that nation, you travel with the flag of that nation, even when you are in exile. Even when you're a political prisoner in exile, you travel underneath your banner. So as a political prisoner, from my nation, my country, as a political prisoner, I still travel, and I got myself this Zambian flag here. The Zambian flag. So these are my people. For my people in Chivemba, Lumbayeni Zambia, stand tall for Zambia. Stand tall for Zambia. You know, Lumbayeni Zambia, stand tall for Zambia. One nation. Umwana wa Africa. Umwana wa Africa wa Zambian. So travel and stand tall for Zambia is one nation. So you got the dogs barking. You got the dogs barking. Without a doubt, you have the dogs barking, because when they hear that this person is in exile, is a political prisoner, when they hear that this person is a political prisoner and he stands tall, they don't like it. And then you hear the dogs barking. Whenever they don't like something, you hear those dogs barking. They make those dogs start barking whenever they hear something they don't like. You're gonna hear those dogs barking. A few years ago, you used to hear the helicopters or the aeroplanes whenever you say something they never like. You'd always hear the helicopters, and you'd always hear the helicopters. You'd always hear the helicopters in the background. But nowadays, they got the dog barking. They got the dogs barking. If anybody has any contact information for Marta from Spain, Marta from Madrid, Spain, Marta desde España, please contact me on this YouTube channel, Marta Marta de Madrid, Madrista. Marta de Madrista, contact me if you come across this video, because Marta also speaks about the supercomputer. The supercomputer is also part of this satanic system. Guys, I'm gonna place my flag down because there's something I wanted to show you guys, part of the satanic system diagram that I drew for you guys. I'm gonna place my banner down. I have to place my banner down. Okay. I have to place my banner down. I'm gonna place it over there. Okay. So this is a diagram. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Just see if I can give it an angle where you guys can see. So this is so part of the satanic system is that it runs on duality. So this is going to be where people are committing crime. So this is going to be your law enforcement, which is the 5 points. One, two, three. The law enforcement, which is known in most countries to fall under the 5-pointed star of Lucifer. The 5-pointed star, or the fallen star of Lucifer, is also the fallen star. Is also the fallen star, or the inverted star, which is actually upright when you see it on the, say, for instance, the sheriff's badge. The sheriff has a badge which is a 5-pointed star, which is the star of Lucifer, which is Luciferian. So what you find, the satanic system is actually Luciferian. The gang stalking program is, guys, take a look at this. The gang stalking program is part of the Luciferian. The gang stalking program is part of the Luciferian. The gang stalking program is part of the Luciferian. So, the gang stalking program is part of the Luciferian. The gang stalking program is, it comes from the satanic system. It comes from the satanic system. Pardon me. It comes from the satanic system. So this might be a long one, you know. This might be a long one. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. This might even be a long one because I was thinking to myself that, you know, what does Father want me to share?
but you know, because you know, father says, go get the charger, put the phone on the charger, put the phone on the charger. I said, father, I said, the charger's all the way over there, because you know, I've got my place situated in the studio. So some of my things are probably on the other side of the room. But father says, no, go grab the charger, and then set up a space. So now this is set up an altar. So father says, go set up an altar. Set up an altar where you're gonna commune with the people. So set up a pulpit. Set up a pulpit where you're gonna commune with the people. My people, my people, my people, my people, my people. So there's no rush. So today this might be a long one, because shout out to James with spiritual music and spiritual. You know, I was listening to James, and he had a video when he was out. You know, he was out and he was like 4-hour video. You know, you may need to watch this video in parts. Like maybe watch 20 minutes, maybe watch 10 minutes, and then come back to it. And then you keep coming back to it. You keep coming back to it because this might be a long one, you know. So you know, you may even need to grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a refreshment. Because I've just been on a travel today, and Lord knows that I may not be online quite often, because normally I find that I'm able to record for one day. I record for one day, and then I spend the next 2 days or 3 days coming under attack. I'm being attacked. I'm being. You know, they said I'm coming under attack because the system is attacking me as a response. Because they respond every time you make a video, they attack you. Every time you speak your mind in a satanic system, going against the satanic system, they attack you. So what I've found is that, do you know what? I may make they're going to attack me. If I make a 10-minute video, or if I make a 20-minute video, they're going to attack me anyway. So now, Father said, you know what? You might as well give yourself an open forum where you're going to be speaking for God knows how long. You know, like God will say, do you know what? Give yourself time to speak. No time to rush. Give yourself time to speak and to address your collective, address your people. Because when you find is that when you make a 10-minute video, they're going to attack you anyway, and you're not going to be making. I normally make one video for maybe 10 minutes, and then I don't make another video for 5 days. But however, if I make an extended long play video, a long video, if I don't record for another week, I know the information people don't have. People may not listen for that long, but what it is that it's a database and it's archived. It's archived on YouTube forever. So the internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated by a way that it keeps the information there forever. Once the information hits the internet, somebody makes a record of the information, and the information is there going to be there forever. So there's going to be no rush. So I'm going to just go grab a refreshment. I'm going to go grab a refreshment and maybe light. I'm going to go grab some refreshments and maybe light some incense. And I haven't lit any candles yet, but I have some candles that I may or may not light. But what I wanted to share with you guys is I wanted to share with you what I've been finding out about this satanic or Luciferian system, because we're living under a satanic system, which is duality. So which is the criminals and also the judicial law enforcement. They're actually one and the same. Bear with me.
Okay, what was I looking for? Okay. Okay, these attacks are coming through. These attacks are coming through. But Father says, you know, we're gonna just get on with. We're going to because one of the things that they like, one of the tricks of the satanic system is duality. One of the branches of the satanic system is a duality. So one of the things that they love doing is giving you options. They give you an option. They like to split everything in half. So this is where you get your black and white. This is where you get your checkerboard. Your checkerboard is part of the duality. On the chessboard, you have duality, which is black and white. Pardon me. You have duality, which is black and white. So one of the things that the satanic system, one of the weapons of the satanic system is that they use a neural monitoring, which is a mind monitoring. Is a computer, which is you're hooked up to a computer, which is always giving you this process of duality. So the duality that they love to run with this satanic system, this duality they love to run, is that they love to give you a choice. So in the first half of the video, I had a chewing gum in my mouth, but then I went for a refreshment, and then I spat the chewing gum out, and I was looking for more chewing gum, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't remember where I've placed my chewing gum. So the system was sending me a message saying that you won't be able to address the public the way you want to because you don't have a chewing gum in your mouth, because we're going to attack you. We're going to attack you, and you won't be able to alleviate. Remember, we talk about using chewing gum to alleviate the pain from the attacks. So they were saying to me that, hey, you don't have chewing gum, so we're going to attack you. Well, you won't be able to alleviate your pain. So they were trying to create a dilemma where now what do you want me to do? Stop recording? What do you want me to do? Stop speaking my mind? What do you want me to do? You're going to attack me anyway. So how about you attack me and I speak my mind in the same time in the process? I'm going to speak my mind. I will alleviate my pain. Afterwards. And another way I can. Because, they were trying to give me a dilemma where I won't be able to perform or be able to speak to you guys, because this is all part of the satanic system. So one of the things of the satanic system is that place you in isolation. So the opposite of isolation is now you're going to be seeing everybody who's going to be everyone else who's outside of the isolation. Everyone else who's outside the isolation is going to be. Everyone else who's outside the isolation is going to be working together. So then you're going to feel isolated because they're going to become more together. They're going to be working together. So you're going to have people who are going to be working together, and then they're going to make you feel isolated because because one of the things that they're going to say to you is that you are one and we are many. You are one and we are many. They're going to say this to you. They're going to say you are one and we are many because you're being isolated. You're being isolated. However, my people, this isolation is not you're isolated. You're set apart. You're unique. You're set apart. So these other people that are working together, they become more like a unified person, a unified people that are working together against you. So now they're able to send messages towards me and say, do you know what? They'd love to tell you forcibly. They love to enter you forcibly by suggesting things to you. And all of these things by suggestion is for you to become subservient to them. Meanwhile, the truth is they're subservient to you. These people are subservient to you because they're parasites, right? So a parasite is an entity because
it's probably going a bit, you know, a parasite is an entity that doesn't produce anything from its own. So a parasite is an entity that has to eat or feed off, rather. The entity has to feed off of something else. So a parasite is something that has to hold on to you in order to feed. So these are people that are part of the gang stalking program. They are parasites in nature because they have to feed off of your reactions, your emotions. They feed off of anger. They feed off of jealousy. They feed off of fear. Those are the things that they feed off of. They feed off of fear, they feed off of anger, and they feed off of jealousy. So one of the things that these programs have been utilizing lately as part of the isolation is that they've been utilizing this sort of angle where everyone is together. So one of the things that they might be doing is also sleeping with each other. They'll be sleeping with each other while you're isolated. So you may have criminals who are going to be around you, and then they're going to be sleeping with, you know, other people from the people as they're listening in. You know, they have a way about them where they love to hear you speak about things that are considered lower vibrational, you know. But a man of God, you know, is very careful about what he shares or the manner that he shares information with. Because as we know that they love to attack you through your carnal, you know, over here I have a poster that says good vibes only, good vibes only. So this is a good vibes only channel. 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 Like even though, you know, this is a good vibes channel. So in other words, the people that are coming here, that you people are under attack. So they're using sexual perversions. So they use sexual perversions against you. So basically, these people are they're in bed together. You know, they sleep together as a way to celebrate your woes. So they love to celebrate. They love to celebrate. So these are going to be your neighbors. Your neighbors may be in sleep, maybe in sleep. Your neighbors may be asleep consciously in the mind. So your neighbors may be in bed with your other neighbors. Father, let them do it. I have a scripture that I wrote earlier where it says that your neighbors, spoke about your neighbors. Something I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, this is something I'm going to read up to you. The feeling of witchcraft. Okay, guys, I'm going to just read this out to you guys, okay? Okay, so this is what I wrote down in my journal earlier on today, is that the feeling of witchcraft is palpable right now. If neighbours want to plot and scheme with neighbours, Father says, let them. If neighbours want to scheme and plot with drivers, Father says, let them. If neighbours want to scheme and plot with soldiers, Father says, let them. If soldiers want to plot and scheme and sleep with the enemy, Father says, let them. If the neighbours want to borrow some sugar, Father says, let them. Give it to them. If the neighbours want to borrow some rope, do not ask why. Why is it for? Give it to them. So the bottom line here, guys, is that you always let them. Allow them. Give them enough that they need. Give them enough that they need. Let them. Father says, let them. Father says, let them. What else does Father want me to share with you guys? Okay, so one of the rituals is that, I digress. One of the rituals is that's been performed here is that you find out that the satanic system falls under the same banner. The satanic system falls under the same banner, which is the 5 points, which is the 5-pointed star, which is also a pentagram, which is a 5-pointed star, or in some countries it can also be seen as a pentagram. However, the best version for international peoples out there is that the 5-pointed star is like the sheriff's badge. The sheriff's badge is a 5-pointed star. And the 5-pointed star represents Lucifer, who's a fallen one. So, oh Lucifer, how he felt. How he felt. Lucifer fell from heaven. He fell. He was a fallen star. So these are part of the Luciferians or the satanic system. And they love it. I'm going to go back to this diagram that I made earlier for you guys to share. Because what the duality represents, that the satanic system has a dual nature of committing crimes, and also they say that they solve crimes. But however, in one arm they commit the crime. In the left arm, they watch the crime happen. In one arm, they commit the crime, and in the left arm, so this is the duality. And the deception is that they use, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Just bear with me. I don't know if I can change the angle slightly. Because it depends how it comes out when in the recording. Hold on. Okay, so the deception is normally how they the part of the deception is to discredit you. So one of the part of deception, I spit when I talk. People used to say, "Oh, you just spat on me." When I used to speak to people will say, "Oh, you spat on me," but it was never intentional, because normally when in the passion or in the midst of saying something which is very important, sometimes I would you know what I mean? So it's a spit. So most of these rappers to talk about when they freestyle, they say that they spit, because this is when they allow the word to come up from within themselves. And in the freestyle, they allow the words to come out, and then when it comes out in rapid session, it seems as if they're spitting. So that's where these people get the word from, because he was spitting fire, he was spitting fire in the bowl. Spitting fire, he was spitting fire, because this is also channeling. What people in the community have labelled to say he's channeling, because when he's channeling, it just allows the words to come out. So the deception of the satanic system is when they discredit the dissidents. It's about discrediting the dissidents. What they might try to throw at a person, or especially if you're a person of color, or if you're a person who's an immigrant, or a first class, or a first generation immigrant, or a zero generation immigrant. In other words, that you came from another country, and then you landed off. You came off the banana boat. And then you're here in the country, in a new nation. One of the things that they say is that they're going to segregate you. And one of the tactics they're going to use they're going to segregate you, and then they're going to make you feel less than. They want you to feel devalued. So this is a narcissistic triangulation. A narcissistic triangulation where the community in tandem are working together in a deception, where they're going to isolate you by making you feel inferior to them. They're making you feel inferior to them. So one of the tactics that what they're going to be doing is that they're going to sleep with each other, because one of the weapons of the Luciferians is using sexual in nature. They're using sex as a weapon. They yield sex as a weapon. I had to show my hamsa. My hamsa, this thing, my hamsa. I had to show my hamsa, because you got to see it. Because one of the things is somebody just drove past. As soon as they drove past, I got my hamsa out. Because I heard the engine. some of these guys also, I might add that they have a modified engine. They have a vehicle. How you can spot a gang stalking person as well is that they have a vehicle that's been modified, because that modified engine, that modified sub-engine is there to, it drives around the neighborhood. He may drive around your house several times. When they're driving around their house several times, it's almost as if they're opening up a portal. They're opening up a portal. So this is the reason why you can identify the vehicle of a gang stalker, is that you can hear it by the engine, because the engine has a more of a brake horsepower to it. It has more of like a brake horsepower to it, so you can hear it like the French may say va va voom. The French may say va va voom, or in Thierry Henry he says va va voom. Back in the day, I think they adopted that term, and then they said, we're going to use it and we're going to modify our vehicles. So you may see a normal vehicle, which when you buy it from the original showroom, this vehicle never has the engine like that. But then it's modified. And when it's modified, it's to send subliminal messages. And in these subliminal messages, you pick up either as part of chaos magic, is utilized as part of chaos magic, or is also there to send messages, because once you know that one of your neighbors has a vehicle with that engine, every time your neighbor leaves to and from, you know it. You know it. You know he's arriving, and you know he's leaving the premises. So so right now, they'll be saying they love to, like most of my neighbors are partially of a Muslim faith, so they grow their beards, most of them. But one of the things that they've been trying to throw against me is that you need to shave your beard. You need to shave your beard. You need to shave your beard. So they send messages to say to me that you need to shave your beard. So when I touch my face, it's that they're trying to sensitize me to shave my beard. However, I am a person that, you don't want to shave every day. So as I'm speaking about this, is more speaking about it because I'm speaking about it because they're sending messages subconsciously, intuitively. They're saying, you should shave, you should shave. Man, these are people that's walking around with a beard, full beard. They said these people are walking around with a full beard and they're telling me to shave, because they know that when you shave, when you shave consistently, you actually become more irritated. So they're trying to irritate me by saying, yeah, you should shave. Because what you find is that if you shave today, tomorrow you become irritated. And then you want to shave again. But then this becomes insufficient. So then I said to them, you know what? Like, I'm going to grow my beard out, because if once I grow it, so you can hear them right now. That's one of the guys who's